My name is Tali and I am a Jewish student right here at King's College London. I am up here to talk about the anti-Semitism that I and countless other Jewish students have had to experience over the past year and a half and longer. The staff at KCL haven't been particularly helpful so far. Maybe after this I'll finally listen. I began my university journey with excitement, eager to meet the next stages of my life. I grew up in a Jewish home, went to a Jewish school, and was quite sheltered from the hate that others in the Jewish community experience in their youth. I suppose you could say I was naive when it came to the realities of campus life, but that didn't last long. In a group chat for those attending the Associateship of King's College lecture series on the Middle East, my course mates made comments about the lectures being an attempt to educate the Zionists. I calmly asked them why they thought that, and they proceeded with an inquisition. Is everyone here not pro-Palestine or what? They said. And I would assume in a degree that requires critical thinking, Zionism would be non-existent in our cohorts, one added. When I tried to discuss our differing views in the chat, I was dismissed with accusations like, you're indoctrinated, and you're horrifically outnumbered here. Then the messages took an even darker turn. Is there an effing Zionist in this group chat? We fished out a Zionist. Get him out. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, Tali. This went on for over 2 hours, leaving me in tears and fearful for the next day. That was my first day at university. My first day. On the second day, I had to have my older brother escort me to classes. Most of my classmates decided to ignore me from then on, and I felt a sense of hostility in the air. Then came October 7th, 2024, 1 year from the horrific attacks by Hamas. It was the 1-year anniversary of a terrible trauma for the Jewish world. But instead of sympathy, or even just not acknowledging the day, I was shocked to see a group of Palestine activists taking part in a scheduled walkout, leaving me and my fellow Jewish students questioning to what extent support and sympathy for terrorism was rampant on our campuses. I made it clear that I did not align with this walkout, and again, abusive messages began flooding my phone. Bitch, get down. You're not the Messiah you think you are. The Zionists are actually everywhere. As a group, we should just band together to carry her out. I began to be afraid of what might happen if I turned up to my classes again. Classes I was paying for. Classes I had a right to be in, safe and equal. But I was being attacked because I was Jewish. I was struggling to get through that week, so I spoke with my university's wellness advisor. Not 5 minutes into the conversation, she advised me that it might be helpful for me to try to understand why the other students are behaving this way towards me. This was the advisor who I was supposed to turn to, and did turn to, for help. I filed a report with the university and with the police regarding the threats and harassment I experienced. I have heard nothing from the university, and the police say they're unable to help. To this day, I cannot walk into a classroom without hostile looks being thrown my way, without 2 empty seats on either side of me, without me trying to decide whether or not I should tuck in my Star of David. The advisor told me to try to understand why the other students are behaving this way towards me. I do understand. So do Jewish students across the country, who are forced to avoid their own campuses for fear of being targeted. Anti-Semitic and pro-terrorist chants, signs, and encampments are commonplace, all while the staff look the other way. Or worse, encourage it or even take part. 90% of young British Jews blame their fellow students for the increase in anti-Semitic incidents on UK campuses. Only 3% of British Jews are confident that if a Jewish student reported an anti-Semitic incident on campus, the university administration would take appropriate action. I am an illustration of this statistic. We put the contents of this video to King's College London for comments. This is what they said.
We are in contact with a student who has submitted a complaint and have offered support while investigations are ongoing, including individual support through our wellbeing services and increased safety measures. We are also engaged with our Israeli, Jewish and wider student societies on a regular basis and have provided extensive pastoral support and have enhanced security measures both in person and via our Safe Zone app to keep our community safe on campus. There is no place at King's for racism, anti-Semitism, abuse, incitement, harassment and bullying, and any reports made to report and support our reporting system are taken very seriously and are investigated in line with our robust policies and procedures.
Jewish students in Britain deserve better than this. This must be the moment that the country wakes up. People need to see that they are not alone in feeling this way. I encourage you to join Britain's March Against Antisemitism on Sunday, the 7th of September, to say no to anti-Semitism and extremism. See you there. Sign up now at antisemitism.org/march.